business-wise has to do with money, relationships,
Absolutely.
friendships, everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Comes down to money. Like, even with you and Jim Jones, you guys had your falling out. I always assumed that was over money.
Yeah, no, not really. I just say with Jim, my thing with Jim and everybody, all of us are in a good space right now, but I never really fed into when all that was going on, because it was a time, Jim, we was sitting, we always strategized and stuff, and there was a time he was in my kitchen, he was like, yo, let's act like we got beef, and I'm like, why would we act like we have beef?
That really happened? I heard that, but that really happened?
Yeah, I was like, yo, why would we act like we have beef? You're going to confuse the fans. He's like, nah, we could do this, and I'm like, I ain't really with all that. So, as everybody's fame grows, you're not with each other every day. And then we wasn't speaking for a while, and that there was a problem. And he just was like, yeah, F Cam and this, that, and the third. And he got all time. And I'm like, oh, he's really following through with this. You know what I'm saying?
So he started doing it. He just
It started off fake, and then it turned real.
Yeah, and I just not fed into it, because the whole time it was like, yo, you said you was going to do this, and I told you I wasn't with it, and you're still doing it. And that's how that went. But at the end of the day, everybody's good now.
Yeah, I remember you guys saw each other for the and spoke like in Atlanta. It was like some type of Converse Band of Ballers game, and it was a huge deal.
Yeah, we spoke before that. We wasn't going to pop up on each other or nothing like that, but we spoke and strategized that out also.
And what about with Jewels? Because I know at one time Jewels wasn't going to record with Def Jam under your label. Was that all that was true?
Yeah, Jewel, same thing. He just basically was like, me and Jim started speaking. They started hanging out. So, that talk started. So he's like, y'all want out my deal, yada, yada. And I'm not wanting to hold nobody up. Def Jam called me, said they wanted them directly. We worked the financial part out, and that was that.
Yeah, for a period of time, I thought Jewels, it seemed like he was stuck and wasn't putting out music because he couldn't.
Now he said, I believe he said at the time he just didn't want to record. He wanted to be free before he recorded.
My thing is, he been free, you know what I'm saying? Now, like, he been out the deal since 2008, 2009, so.
So if y'all cool now, what's the hold up on the Dipset reunion?
Just basically, we all talk, because we do about 10 shows a year together, you know what I'm saying? And just basically the time, and everybody's doing something, and it wouldn't be genuine. We can all go in the studio for 2-3 days and give y'all an album, but it wouldn't be genuine. Like with the Diplomat movement, you watch some guys or some kids grow from not really having too much to being really successful, so a lot of our fans grew with us, you know what I'm saying? So if we can't sit down together for a month or so, not saying every day, and get it right, it'd be fake, and then nobody want to give y'all fans with Jim no more.
Come on, Cam.
I really don't.
Could you possibly be in one of those moments like you just said about Dame, that maybe it's just a little bit of time has passed, and how could you not? How could you not, after all that you two have seen and done and accomplished, how could you be in this spot?
You know why? Because Jim puts a lot of things publicly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't put our business publicly. If it's a problem, you got my phone number. You could call me, and we could resolve it. Like, same thing like you said with Dame. You don't really know that we had a problem. You might have been guessing or something. It wasn't because it wasn't a real problem. If you have a real issue, you got my number. Call me. But once you start taking to social media and radio and making things public, I got a curve, and it just kept happening repeatedly, and I kept going back saying I'm going to do this for Dipset or Diplomats or the business, and it just kept happening over and over and over publicly on stuff that didn't even really need to be public.
Doesn't sound like him to me.
Oh, it doesn't?
I mean, I'm not saying your perspective is not, but I'm just saying I'm surprised by that as well.
Let me give, like, for example, like, first thing, well, this is not the first thing. Most recent things Jomo did was like, Cam, so for instance, you block somebody, right, on Instagram. You don't know if you block somebody.
You blocked him?
Yeah. So, but the point is, you wouldn't know that, right? But you go on Instagram, tell Cam to unblock me. Tell Cam to unblock. How does anybody even know you're blocked?
Why did you block him in the first place?
Because, all right, so we'll get to that. Like I said, this is probably going to be the last time I talk about Jomo, period, ever in life.
I hope not.
No, it is. But the thing is this. It's like he had a problem with me and DC. You know what I'm saying? Him and me and DC had a problem. They fell out. They met each other to squash the problem. You know what I'm saying? Face to face. They squashed it. He still, don't meet nobody if you really don't want to squash it, because me and DC's my friend also. You know what I'm saying? That's my boy. Same way Jim was like my boy. So they squashed it. I was happy they squashed it. But then Jim still has secret feelings about people. And I'm just naming this one particular scenario that was the last straw for me. So, you know, Mandisi had a case or whatever going on, and I'll take a picture. Jewels will take 100 pictures with Mandisi. He won't say anything. I'll take a picture of Mandisi. Oh, you hanging out with them snitches. Oh, you better be careful. And I'm like, that's the last. Don't call me a snitch publicly on Instagram again. You know what I'm saying? And it just started to be overbearing. I'm like, dog, if you had a problem with dude, you could have told him that when y'all met up to squash it. I don't really.
Or called you.
Yeah, or called me. I don't have no problem talking to you to resolve stuff, but when you start putting things publicly and when you call me a snitch for hanging out with somebody that you squashed whatever beef was going on, I'm done at this point. You know what I'm saying? There's 100 other things prior to that, but that was just like the last straw.
That makes me so, as a Dipset fan, that makes me so sad though that y'all are at that point.
Yeah, it's sad that, you know, you put business in the public. A lot of things could have got solved.
Did you do anything wrong?
Probably, to be honest, maybe like 10 years ago, probably handled the situation I shouldn't have handled the way I should have. But what people don't realize is this. I'll give you a perfect example. And this was literally maybe 10 or 11 years ago. I may have did a couple things that I would have done differently. Not regret, but maybe done differently. But the first Dipset reunion was Thanksgiving 2010. It's 2017 next month. Get over it. It's like, it's a reunion was in 2010 and it's 2017. It's not gonna, you know, Bill Cosby ain't hanging out with Rudy no more. The show is over. You know what I'm saying? This is over. You know what I'm saying?
Use a different reference.
Yeah, whatever. Perfect. Theo ain't hanging out with Rudy.
Okay, better,
you know
better.
I'm just thinking.
Yeah,
you
you
know
took me somewhere.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got it. The show is over. You know what I'm saying? So it's sad, and I'm sorry to disappoint people, but Jim is cool with Jewels. I'm cool with Jewels. I'll do music with Jewels anytime, and I'm pretty sure Jim will do some music with Jewels. So
you get little pieces of it here and there.
Yeah, and I still got a few songs that I got in the crib too, and that's another thing. So for instance, other thing they did is like you said, you don't know how these problems till he tells people, and it's like, I had a song, me and him not getting along. I took him off one of the songs. You never heard the song. Nobody ever heard the song. He gets on Instagram again. Tell Cam why he take me off the song. Dog, nobody knows you was ever on the song. So why are you announcing that you was on the song? If you would just let the song rock, nobody would know that you was on the song. But the thing is, I don't.
Why you take him off the song? Just because you wasn't.
He wasn't getting along. My thing is that Jim is gonna be mad whether he's on the song or not on the song. Oh, dude's putting songs out without asking me. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever seen him happy? Have you ever seen him smile?
I have a different relationship.
I'm just saying. Have you ever seen him smile? Have anybody ever seen him smile?
I've seen Jim smile.
Not a real smile. You're not happy. I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? I like to be happy. So just at the end of the day, it don't matter what it is. He's going to be mad about whatever it is. So I took him off the song. But in all reality, I wish him well. I hope he's successful and everything else, because
this is more like a falling out of two brothers. This is not like a beef.
That's
Clearly, you still have mutual family, mutual friends.
That's what I'm saying. Like, his mother called me to come to dinner and everything else 2-3 weeks ago. And I don't go hard on him like I would go hard on anybody else. I go hard on anybody on disrespect. I don't do him like I would do no homo anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Because
it's like a fallout with a family member.
Yeah, but see, a lot of people, because of the diplomats, just get our relationship misconstrued. What Jim should do, realistically, and myself also, be happy. All this is house money, especially for Jim. Jim is from the Bronx. He's not from Harlem. His grandmother's from Harlem. You know what I'm saying? He's from the Bronx. So therefore, we did all this.
Don't take his Harlem card. Don't try to take his Harlem card.
He's from the Bronx. He's from Weeks Avenue in the Bronx. I'm not taking his Harlem card. His grandmother's from Harlem. He's from the Bronx.
Okay.
So a lot of people be like, "Oh, y'all grew up together because of musically," but realistically, I didn't really grow up with Jim. We got cool as right when the music was popping on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So be like, "Oh, y'all was child." No, what people need to realize this: if you Google a group called Children of the Corn or COC, I grew up with Big L. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with Huddy Six. I grew up with Mace. You know what I'm saying? And these are the people that I used to rap with when I was rapping. You know what I'm saying? So Jim kind of came right when things was about to pop off. You know what I'm saying?
And he wasn't even a rapper. He was the manager. No, he was the road manager, right?
He's like the hype man. But the thing is this, he came right in the cat. You know, I'm talking about, when I say Mace, Big L, Herb McGruff, Bloodshed, God bless the dead, these people that used to go battle and and go to different blocks. I remember Jay-Z coming to battle Big L on 139th Street in my park. You know what I'm saying?
Classic.
Yeah, it really was. I was standing right there. It was amazing. So Jim caught it right when it was business time, which is fine. I'm not dissing him for it. I'm just telling the facts. And it looked good for business. You know what I'm saying? Be like, oh, y'all knew each other. Yeah, we knew each other. We didn't really hang out till probably 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And those are the people that I grew up with rapping. Me and Jim, always been friends. Not saying he wasn't my man or nothing, but business-wise, we grew as business partners together, and it was dope. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, you shouldn't get mad. Nothing. It's all house money for Jim. Everything. You wasn't a rapper. You was just all house money. You used to go to school on Saturdays. I'm like, what are you going to school for? It's stupid to go to BMC this Saturday. BMCC. You're not. What are you doing? It don't even make sense to go to school Saturday.
Way to go for children watching at home.
Yeah, I'm just telling you. You know what I'm saying?
Way to
but look how it turned out for him. Look how it turned out for him. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So basically, you should look at all this as free money, B. You know what I mean? Everything is free money.
Well, I hope at some point you got to move past it. But either way, Yeah,
I mean.